Are you ready for something that will transform your perception of the world? There exists a plant so ancient, so potent, that it has been revered by shamans, mystics, and spiritual teachers for centuries. A plant that bridges the material with the metaphysical, unveiling hidden dimensions of consciousness. We are talking about cannabis, a plant medicine said to hold the key to unlocking higher realms of self-discovery. For me, it's not just a plant. It's a mirror reflecting humanity's quest for transcendence, bliss, and healing. Cannabis has found its symbolic reflection in many sacred traditions and texts, often veiled in allegory or intimately woven into ritualistic practices. Delving into history, we find that in the ancient Indian text of the Atharvaveda, cannabis is mentioned as one of the 5 sacred plants, described as a protector against evil and a source of joy. The plant is named Vijaya, meaning victory, symbolizing triumph over suffering, and a gateway to divine experiences. In some tantric interpretations, cannabis is associated with Shiva, the ascetic deity and patron of meditation in Hinduism. The use of bhang, a cannabis preparation during Shiva festivals, symbolizes the dissolution of the ego and union with the divine. Here, cannabis is seen not merely as an intoxicant, but as a sacred tool for transcending earthly attachments. What if I told you that smoke could be a bridge between worlds? In shamanic traditions, particularly in Central Asia and Siberia, cannabis is seen as a symbol of the cosmic axis, connecting the lower world, the earthly dimension, and the heavens. Its smoke, ascending towards the heavens, is perceived as an offering and a symbolic bridge between the material and spiritual planes. Cannabis has long been considered a liminal substance, a bridge that helps the seeker cross the threshold between the mundane and the mystical. Its psychoactive properties allow the mind to enter altered states of consciousness, making the plant a tool for exploring non-ordinary realities. Consider this. Our physical world is confined by the senses and the ego, whereas the metaphysical dimension embodies the unseen aspects of existence, universal consciousness, energy currents, and the divine. Cannabis, when used with intention, dissolves mental barriers and attunes the practitioner to subtler frequencies, much like a tuning fork harmonizes dissonant vibrations. This bridging effect is particularly emphasized in mystical practices, where cannabis acts as a veil remover. Its ability to quiet the analytical mind allows for direct experiences of metaphysical truths, often hidden behind conventional thought patterns. However, this requires mindfulness. Without proper grounding, cannabis can overwhelm or distort these experiences. Ancient rituals often incorporated cannabis precisely for its psycho-spiritual properties, highlighting its role as a catalyst for sacred experiences. In Vedic traditions, the mystical beverage, soma, holds a central place in the rituals described in the Rigveda, while soma's exact composition remains unknown. Some scholars hypothesize that cannabis was a key ingredient. Soma was revered for its ability to connect individuals with the divine and bestow insight, vitality, and transcendence. The modern preparation of bhang draws its roots from these ancient practices. It is made by blending cannabis leaves with milk and consumed during festivals like Holi and Shivaratri, honoring Lord Shiva, the ultimate ascetic. Devotees believe bhang helps mimic Shiva's state of meditative bliss, detaching them from worldly concerns and attuning them to the cosmic rhythm. Imagine cannabis serving as a guide to the afterlife. Across Siberia, the Scythians, a nomadic tribe, used cannabis in their burial rituals, burning it to guide the deceased's soul to the spirit world. Shamans, these spiritual intermediaries, used cannabis smoke to enter trances, communicate with spirits, and retrieve lost soul parts. In South American traditions, cannabis often accompanies ayahuasca ceremonies, enhancing participants' receptivity to spiritual visions. A shaman might combine cannabis with other herbs to facilitate cleansing, guidance, or healing. In Rastafarian spirituality, cannabis is seen as the holy herb mentioned in the Bible. Practitioners cite passages like Psalm chapter 104 verse 14. He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man, to legitimize its sacred role. For Rastafarians, smoking cannabis is not recreation, but an act of spiritual devotion, a way to commune with Jah, God, and meditate on divine truths. In the Bible, references to anointing oils containing cannabosum, often translated as fragrant cane, may point to cannabis use in ritualistic contexts. Scholars debate this interpretation, but the very idea underscores the plant's role as a conduit for transcendent experiences. How can a plant be a messenger of divine mysteries? In mystical poetry, plants are often depicted as emissaries carrying divine secrets. Cannabis, with its unique psychoactive properties, is seen as a green messenger capable of awakening dormant aspects of the self and facilitating direct communion with the divine. Cannabis contains cannabinoids like THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, and CBD, cannabidiol, which interact with the brain's endocannabinoid system. This system regulates mood, perception, and even the sense of time, acting as a bridge between the physical brain and the ethereal aspects of consciousness. When consumed in sacred contexts, cannabis becomes a door, a portal that shifts an individual's vibration. Traditional mystics describe this as tuning into a higher frequency. Users report feelings of merging with universal consciousness, perceiving interconnectedness, and experiencing a heightened awareness of themselves as energetic beings. But what is this altered state truly like? Time slows down or even ceases to exist, mirroring the timeless states described in deep meditation or samadhi, spiritual absorption. This allows for a profound focus on the present moment, where profound insights often arise. Colors become vibrant, sounds resonate deeply, and ordinary experiences transform into sacred encounters. This heightened sensory awareness reflects the mystic's yearning to perceive the divine in all things. Cannabis has the capacity to quiet the inner critic, temporarily dissolving ego barriers. This state creates space for humility, unity, and a sense of belonging to something larger. A glimpse of the divine. Can the plant help me meditate more deeply? Cannabis deepens meditation by quieting the incessant noise of the mind. The plant encourages a focus on the present moment, enabling practitioners to explore their inner landscapes. However, it is not a replacement for disciplined practice. Rather, it acts as a catalyst, opening doors that the seeker must consciously walk through. Insights gained under the influence of cannabis can be profound, but they need to be critically examined. Not all visions are spiritual truths. Some can be projections of the subconscious or distortions of reality. True spiritual growth lies in integrating these experiences into daily life and discerning genuine insight from illusion. Intriguingly, how does cannabis affect our energy? Cannabis is said to influence the subtle body, particularly the chakras or energy centers. It often heightens activity in the upper chakras, such as the third eye, ajna, and crown chakra, sahasrara, which are associated with intuition and cosmic connection. However, excessive use can unground the practitioner, leading to imbalances in the lower chakras, which govern stability and physical health. Kundalini energy, described as a coiled serpent at the base of the spine, can be stimulated by cannabis. This stimulation, however, should be approached with caution. If the body and mind are not prepared, a rapid rise of Kundalini energy can lead to overwhelming experiences, such as anxiety or physical discomfort. When used wisely, cannabis can help release blockages, allowing energy to flow more freely. Before we delve deeper, please take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications, like this post, and share it with someone who needs it. Cannabis has been used for centuries as a natural pain reliever. Its anti-inflammatory properties make it effective for conditions like arthritis, and its analgesic effect brings relief for migraines and neuropathic pain. For spiritual practitioners, this physical alleviation allows them to focus deeper on their inner work. Cannabis alleviates symptoms of anxiety, depression, and PTSD by modulating stress responses. For those struggling with mental health challenges, it offers a sense of calm that creates space for healing and introspection. Cannabis has been shown to enhance neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections. This makes it a potent tool for creative exploration, problem-solving, and spiritual insights. Cannabis dissolves rigid boundaries of perception, fostering a sense of unity with the universe. This expanded awareness enables practitioners to see beyond duality and experience the interconnectedness of all life. By quieting the ego, cannabis facilitates deeper empathy and compassion. These qualities are essential for spiritual growth, as they align the practitioner with higher vibrational frequencies of love and understanding. Do you think cannabis could be a key to self-discovery? Cannabis temporarily mellows the ego, allowing for profound spiritual realizations. However, the true challenge lies in sustaining these realizations without dependency on the plant. Cannabis often acts as a key to the subconscious, unlocking suppressed emotions and memories. This can lead to emotional catharsis and the release of energetic blockages. Under the influence of cannabis, many feel an enhanced connection to the natural world. This deepens reverence for Earth, aligning the practitioner with ecological awareness and spiritual harmony. Cannabis encourages introspection, prompting seekers to explore profound questions about existence, meaning, and the nature of reality. These inquiries are the cornerstone of spiritual growth. But should we be fooled by apparent progress? Cannabis is often used to soothe emotional or physical pain, but this can become a crutch. By dulling discomfort, users might avoid confronting and healing underlying issues, delaying true growth. Some individuals use cannabis to create an illusion of spiritual progress, bypassing the arduous work of self-reflection, discipline, and healing. This shadow work, or confronting the darker aspects of the self, is essential for lasting transformation. While cannabis can provide temporary access to higher states of consciousness, repeated use as a form of escapism leads to spiritual inertia. True enlightenment requires integration, applying insights gained in altered states to daily life, relationships, and personal development. Excessive use can lead to diminishing returns, as the pursuit of ever deeper mystical experiences overshadows the grounded practice of living in alignment with spiritual principles. How does science view this ancient plant? Scientific research has affirmed cannabis's efficacy in managing chronic pain, anxiety, epilepsy, and other conditions. These findings corroborate its medicinal uses while highlighting the importance of proper dosage and oversight. Research also underscores the potential risks of intensive use, including cognitive impairment, dependence, and mental health issues. This knowledge emphasizes the necessity of mindful consumption, especially in spiritual contexts. Ancient traditions often intuitively understood the benefits and risks of cannabis, prescribing it for specific rituals or states. Modern science complements this intuitive knowledge by explaining the mechanisms underlying its effects. Recreational use of cannabis often diverges from its traditional purpose as a sacred plant. Without proper intention, cannabis's spiritual potential can be overlooked, reducing it to a mere intoxicant. Beware of false revelations that this plant can induce. Cannabis-induced mystical experiences are not always clear. The plant can lead to what some spiritual teachers call false revelations or spiritual mirages. These occur when the mind creates convincing illusions, mistaking them for profound insights. Authentic experiences often bring profound peace, humility, and wisdom. These moments are accompanied by a sense of grounded clarity and alignment with universal truths. Cannabis can exacerbate fears, delusions, or fantasies, leading to misinterpretations of the self or the divine. An unprepared mind may struggle to discern genuine insight from projections of its own subconscious. Mystical teachings often emphasize the importance of integration, bringing lessons from altered states into daily life. Without this, cannabis can become merely a fleeting escape rather than a transformative teacher. From a yoga and energy work perspective, cannabis interacts with the subtle body, particularly the chakras and nadis, energy channels. Many users report heightened intuition and visionary experiences. This aligns with the activation of the Ajna chakra, third eye, which governs inner vision and insight. Cannabis fosters feelings of compassion, love, and empathy by temporarily dissolving the barriers between self and others. Cannabis can awaken dormant kundalini energy at the base of the spine, leading to sensations of warmth, vibration, or even spontaneous states of bliss. However, if used recklessly, it can disrupt the natural flow of this energy, leading to imbalances or emotional instability. So how does one embark on this journey correctly? Mindful cannabis use begins long before the first inhale or ingestion. Sacred preparation transforms a mundane act into a spiritual ritual, aligning the user's intention with the plant's inherent energy. This step sets the foundation for a profound and meaningful experience. Start by defining a clear intention. Ask yourself, why am I using cannabis? This intention acts as a compass, guiding the experience and anchoring you in purpose. Many ancient traditions treat cannabis as a sacred entity, not merely a substance. Before use, hold the plant, express gratitude, and silently ask for its assistance in your spiritual journey. Some practitioners chant, pray, or meditate over the plant, imbuing it with their energy. Incorporate sacred objects into your ritual: crystals, incense, or a small altar. These symbols create an atmosphere of sacredness and enhance the energetic field surrounding the practice. The environment in which cannabis is consumed greatly influences the experience. Choose a quiet, clean, and private space, whether a secluded spot in nature or a candle-lit room. Remember, cannabis is a double-edged sword. Its benefits hinge on mindful moderation and self-awareness. Overuse or reliance on the plant can lead to stagnation or dependence, undermining spiritual growth. In a spiritual context, less is often more. A small dose can open the mind while maintaining clarity, whereas excessive consumption risks overwhelming the user with unnecessary noise and confusion. The ultimate goal of any altered state is transformation. Revelations gained during cannabis-induced experiences hold little value if they are not integrated into your daily spiritual practice. After each session, take time to journal your thoughts, visions, or emotions. This process helps ground abstract experiences into tangible insights. Over time, these reflections become a map of your spiritual journey. Consuming a light, nourishing meal after a session can help balance the body's energy and reintegrate the physical and spiritual dimensions. If you've made it this far, you are ready for the next step in your spiritual journey. Subscribe now and share this with someone who needs to hear it.